Shailesh Patel with AT&T Business Solution. I have product responsibility for our digital signage solution service. There are a couple of few key hurdles that are really impacting the growth of the market. The impacts of digital signage can be seen all around us with the proliferation of the number of displays that we're seeing not only in retail stores, but in educational institutions, banking, hospitality venues. While consumers are acquainted with digital signs, one of the major hurdles to growth is that the market has yet to be seen as being mission critical by enterprises. There's this lack of familiarity of the benefits and advantages that are offered through digital signage has really curbed the growth and demand in the market. There are three key things that are important to communicate when talking about the value proposition to customers. One, digital signage helps increase revenues. It's an effective medium to influence purchasing behavior and drive improved sales. It reduces cost. It's a very cost-effective and alternative means of marketing. And you think about the ability to change content on the fly. It gives customers the ability to avoid all those printing costs that they traditionally have today. And the other thing that it helps do, it helps customers improve the quality. Digital signage is an effective medium to really improving brand positioning, and it also helps improve customer satisfaction. Just think about your customers waiting in a lobby of a hotel or at a bank. Another major hurdle that we're seeing in the market is the cost and quality of the content creation. Customers really need to understand that the success of deploying a digital signage solution really depends on them having a plan and a strategy on how they're going to deliver targeted dynamic content through their platform. The third major hurdle that we're seeing is ROI. Traditionally measuring ROI has been a challenge with digital signage. The industry has seen some success with convincing customers of the value proposition of digital signage through general success stories in the industry. And so they're convincing them to move into small-scale pilots. And in order to move these small-scale pilots into broader chain-wide rollouts, we have to do a better job of quantifying the direct relationship between the customer's experience with digital signage, and the increase in sales that results from the use of the technology. What we need is a clearer ROI model that basically answers two questions. How does digital signage improve the purchasing behavior, increase sales, improve customer satisfaction, employee training? And two, is the investment justified? Is the investment in the platform justified to realize the benefits that you're going to see? There are three key verticals: retail, hospitality, and finance verticals. In my opinion, we're going to start to see more and more customer adoption of digital signage solutions. When you think about today, with TiVos and DVRs and customers zapping through commercials, it's not the same old game for the advertising industry today. Traditional advertising, what I mean by that is TV, print, and radio is declining year over year, and it's becoming less and less effective. What we're seeing is that more and more retailers and brands are starting to extend their consumer messaging and getting messaging out in front of customers at the most optimal time while they're out shopping. Communication of the message, when done in this final path of the consumer path to purchase, when done correctly, has a very powerful impact. Today, hundreds of billions of dollars are being spent on product advertising in the industry, and what we're seeing is more and more companies are going to start to move ad dollars to in-store marketing, and we see this as an opportunity for digital signage solutions. There are a lot of interesting technologies that are being introduced today. Improvements in the digital signage displays, gestural motions to dynamically control content on the display, the ability to project any type of content on practically any type of surface through the use of these Pico projectors. But what we're also really excited about from an AT&T perspective is the introduction of cellular-based digital signage solution. With cellular-based digital signage solution, there's no on-premise network that's required. There's very little IT support and maintenance that's required. It's non-invasive, and that means it doesn't impact the customer's on-site network or traffic. And so what we have today with 3G cellular connectivity is the ability to deliver almost any type of digital signage application that we're seeing in an industry today over 3G connection. What's going to get really exciting is when 4G arrives on the scene, and then we're going to be able to, do two-way video interactions. We will be able to do video on demand. We're going to be able to capture robust data metrics off the displays to truly make them interactive. And so when the benefits of cellular-based digital signage solution, when delivered in a truly integrated manner, well, what I mean by that is making it very simple for customers to deploy and use, we believe is going to expand the addressable market opportunity, and it's going to drive further adoption of the technology. So AT&T Digital Signage Service is a fully managed service that manages the complex task of implementing and operating the infrastructure necessary in deploying a digital signage solution. We essentially enable customers to focus in on improving their brand through the use of targeted messaging, ads, and other visual content, while we, AT&T, manage the distribution, the network, and the end-to-end infrastructure. All the customer really has to do is focus in on two things. What is the content they want to create, and what are the business goals they want to achieve? Our solution really simplifies the execution and reduces the time to market by eliminating all of the upfront capital costs required. What we do is we replace those upfront capital costs with a simple monthly recurring fee, and we also appoint a single point of contact that manages all aspects of a customer's digital signage network. Our solution manages the complex task of planning, of deploying, of managing and maintaining a network. We provide such things as site surveys. We do remote monitoring and management of devices. We'll do the procurement of hardware and the installation of hardware. So truly from an end-to-end perspective, we're doing it all for the customer. Digital Signage Expo 2011, AT&T, we are here.